Hi everybody and welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig and today I'm really excited to bring you new from hot off the press, Lace and Roses paper pack. It's a whole collection of things to go with it, but let me show you first what goes into each one of these pages. As you can see, beautiful roses and hydrangeas and this gorgeous border that Debbie and I were really excited about when it was being designed, and beautiful lace patterns in pinks and yellows. Okay, I missed some pages here. There we go. There we go. Two more beautiful pink, all double-sided. The beautiful tan with, once again, with that gorgeous border, and green. And we loved this center, the square page as well. And then you also get a sheet of greeting cutouts and labels, so tags and labels, which we thought was really great. And then on the back of that is the polka dot if you don't like tags and labels. So you get two each of these, so two each of the double-sided papers and two sets of the tags and labels. So we can't wait for you to see what else comes in this collection and what Debbie and I did. So come play with us. So let's take a look at what the other part of this collection is. These wonderful Dazzle stickers, these are called Lace and Doily Dazzle stickers. And as you can see, they come in black, silver, pearl, gold pearl, and white. Beautiful images. And also, these are glitter fabric butterflies that were selected to coordinate with the paper pack. And we've got two sets of flowers. This is Blush Country Blooms and this is Cloud Waterflowers, and they're both from 49 and Market. They make amazing flowers. We love them here at Paper Wishes. Also from 49 and Market are lacy trims with three different widths of gorgeous lace. And then of course you want to be able to put your sparklets on there. So we've also had some coordinating sparklets. So let's see, here's a first page. This is one I did and it uses really all of the above. And I love just layering on the beautiful flowers with the butterflies and the sparklets, and of course putting down my Dazzle stickers as sort of the base and then building from there. And then really playing off of the border on the left side as well, and just adding on sparklets and flowers and backing some of the little dazzles with pink patterned paper just gives them a different look as well. And then here we have a card. And this card, very simple to put together, but there's several things going on here. First of all, this beautiful stamp. This is a hydrangea stamp from Heartfelt Creations. And also this is where we worked in the lace trim. And I did a little bit of tearing here on the bottom of my yellow paper. So after covering the entire card with pink, then sizing the yellow paper a little bit smaller, tearing that bottom edge and gluing that down, then I put the lace, then I used one of the cutouts, then I added Happy Everything, which is from a Mini Expressions from Creative Expressions cutting die. And then coloring in my hydrangea from Heartfelt Creations and using the Tri-Blend markers in order to do that, as you can see here. And then adding some little sparklets and adding some little gold glitter glue to that as well, and a twine bow. And then here is another card, and this one I used I backed the little butterflies from, here we go, I'm going to grab this, from the Dazzle sheet. So let me see which one of these had butterflies on it. Here we go. I took my butterflies and I backed them with pink, but then also I cut a portion of the card front away and then took one of the borders, let's see which border it was, here we go. And the borders aren't quite as long as my card. This is a 6.5 inch long card. So what I did with that was I took the border and put it across the tag right here, across the bottom edge of the card, and then I cut it because I knew I was going to put my tag there, and then I just finished it off on the other side. So just paste that a little bit, and then on the inside I just took some of the border from this sheet and I just put it right there, and then I just borrowed a little bit of border from the other side and just lined them up perfectly, and that worked really well. And also for my tag, because I wanted it to hang over the bottom edge a little bit, but I wanted to reinforce that. I backed that with a little bit of white cardstock. And then of course, added the little sparklets there and a little bit of ribbon. And the ribbon that we've coordinated this paper pack with is the light pink ribbon set and also the yellow ribbon set. Of course, always available at Paper Wishes. Right, and here's a beautiful page that Debbie made. Gorgeous. This is her granddaughter, Brooklyn. Beautiful little face painting. And what she did with this is she took one of these dazzles and she used that as the base and then put the butterfly over the top. And of course she used the paper that has it's the tan paper with the square in the center. So you see how she offset her photo. So she matted her photo and then she took another mat of pink and then white cardstock and then put that on point. So that's square. So she's consistently taking that square and matting and then offsetting and putting that on. I think that visually is really, really pleasing. Then she also backed her butterflies. And we should mention that when you back your butterflies with either vellum or with pink paper in this case, that we only put either glue, or in this case she put a little bit of foam tape right there to give it a little bit of lift just under the body so that the wings are free to move, and then you just sort of bend those up and it gives them some dimension there. Really beautiful page. Here is a card I thought we would put together. So I cut a little bit. I went ahead and put the fold on the left and then took the pink paper with the border, and I can show you which paper that is. So as you can see, I used this part of the card right here to put my border here, and I cut about 1 1/4 inches off the card front on the right side. And then I took some of this pattern paper and glued it here. And then I took one of the sentiments and I just went ahead and glued that on the inside. All right, so then I used, here we go, the 12 oval and scallop cutting dies from hot off the press. And I just went ahead and I cut from right here, the largest oval. And then I cut another scalloped oval to mat that with from white cardstock. Then I scored the side, that's about a 1/2 inch from the right side. I scored that so it's got a nice fold on it. And I'm going to make a closure for my card, so I'm going to glue this folded portion to the back side of my card. Put a little bit of Cosmic Shimmer glue on there. And I'm going to just nest that right there. Make sure it's going to be centered on the card front. There we go. I'm going to turn that over and just make sure that that's adhered really well. Okay, so it's going to open like that now. Very simple technique to do. Let's finish decorating that. I'm going to take a length of yellow gingham, just because I like the yellow gingham with the roses. It feels very French country to me. I'm going to go ahead and tie that before embellishing it anymore, because I want to work my embellishments around that ribbon. I taught a class at my local library recently, and we were practicing tying bows. And I told the ladies, it's just doing a shoestring bow like this is just exactly like tying your shoes. And they got a little frustrated because it isn't quite like tying your shoes. You don't have that base to tie it down on. And so it did take a little bit of practice. And I think that that's what I would encourage people to do, is just practice your bow making and then know that once you get it tied, you just kind of fiddle with it a little bit. It's not going to turn out perfectly the first time, every time. All right, so now I'm going to take some of these butterflies, and I'm going to put some here and here. I think I like it like this. So let glue on the back. I'm going to angle those just off, so they're sort of extending off the edge. Right there. And then I'm going to use some of the sparklets. Just a few, just to give it a little extra. And I just like putting my glue down. Instead of trying to put glue on the back of the sparklet, I like to just put the sparklet into the glue rather. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, just that would be, I would think, a really quick and easy card to put together. All right, now let's take a look at, here we go. This is one that Debbie made. This is actually a canvas. It's a canvas from the Dollar Tree. And Debbie went ahead and first she used some beautiful opal polish. This is lilac rose opal polish. And she just covered the entire canvas and the sides with just a thin layer of this polish. And then she went ahead and took from the paper pack the yellow paper. Find this really quickly. Here we go. She took her yellow paper and she cut around this beautiful edge here. And that was the edge that she has on the right side of this canvas. Okay, and then she also took a circle from the the circle cutting dies and scallop cutting dies from hot off the press, and she used that to mat this wonderful Love Life cutout. And then she used her dazzle. She backed these beautiful rose dazzle stickers, as you can see right here, with pink paper, and then she used one of the tri-blend markers and just gave that a little extra outline around each one just to give it a little oomph. And then she also did a beautiful stenciling technique using some of her dazzle stickers right here, and I'm going to show you how that was done. All right, I'm just going to use the back of this scratch paper. So Debbie just used a piece of her dazzle border here, and also right there, and we're going to take our craft sheet we're just going to, as we apply it, we sort of scrape it right off the edge so we don't get too much, and then we just like to pounce when we're doing this. It gets everything stenciled really well. Gets into all those little crevices. Whereas I notice if you go this way, it's liable to get under that sticker. And we want to make sure that we're getting good coverage there and not getting any bleeding under there. Okay. And then, as that just comes right off, there. You can see it leaves this really beautiful effect. So for this next card, I used the Wreath for All Seasons cutting die set from Hot Off the Press. It's new and we just love using it. As you can see here, got a little head start on my card. So I used the yellow paper with a beautiful scallop border along the bottom edge and cut the wreath from tan cardstock. Then I also just used one of the circle cutouts, put that here, and then also from Hot Off the Press, more greeting dazzles. I used the thanks there, and this is from the brown. There's like collection of, I think, 5 different colors in that greeting dazzle set. So I'm going to show you first how to make some of these lovely little flowers. So the first thing I did was take some from, I cut them from white and pink cardstock, and I cut the leaves from, well, rather the white is from white cardstock and the pink is from the pink patterned paper in the Roses and Lace paper pack, and also I used the green patterned paper for the leaves. Also topped my little flowers with the Garden Party Sparklets, which is so cute. They're like little tiny Melifiori flowers. So first thing I did was I used this medium shade of pink. And just did a little pink on the edge of all of the flowers. And then, there we go, this size. And here's another little size. So it's the 3 sizes of flowers. And then I did a little bit of shaping on them. These are the flower shaping tools and foam from Crafter's Companion. And what I did was I just put my little flower there and just did a little stirring motion on the center just to curve everything up. So did the same for the medium size and that tiny little flower. And then just used a little bit of my specialist glue. And you want to make sure that when you're gluing one flower to the other, you want to offset them slightly. There we go. And then I'm taking one of my tiny little flowers, centers, putting that there. Go. And then they do the same with my leaves. I'd want to do a little bit of shaping there, but I turn my leaf over, so green side facing down, and I just do a little bit of a stirring on the center of each one of those to curve that slightly. And then put a little dot of glue. And then I like to just go ahead and glue my leaves to my flowers, just like that. Oops, my flower center moved. There we go. All right, so to assemble this, I've got my flowers already made here. The first thing I did was take the first one and go there. And because I've already got these flowers and leaves assembled, this is going to go very quickly. And I just like to make sure that when I'm placing my flowers and leaves that I've got kind of overlapping them slightly. But you don't want your leaves to cover up your flowers. There we go. So you've got sort of a scallop, crescent rather, edge going on this side. And putting that there. And then I've got some butterfly shapes as well. I'm going to do a little bit of inking on those as well. Go. And then on each one of my 3 butterflies, I'm going to go ahead and I put a little gold half pearl. Comes from Sparklet set, and I believe that is the Winter Wishes Sparklet set. There we go. And you just put a little dot of glue on each one. So as you can see, it's very easy to put together, very quick to put together, and it's fun to use all the little flowers. And then you just add these little tiny Melifiori looking flowers from the Garden Party Sparklets. And I just like to glue those among the flowers. There we go. So we have a wonderful money saver on this beautiful collection from the Lace and Roses paper pack. So I would encourage you to check that out. And that's on the right side of your screen. And if you're watching us on YouTube, check the description below the video for the link to the money saver, as well as the link to paperwishes.com. And it'll take you to find more videos and lots of goodies. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.